So you want to go remote, travel the world whilst earning great money from your web design business. Sounds pretty dreamy, but how are you actually meant to find work from around the world whilst working from a beach in Bali? Well, I'm here to show you how I do just that. Hello, my name's Charlie Osborne, and for the last 6 years, I've traveled the world whilst growing my award-winning design business. And in this video, I want to share with you the 3 main ways that I have found clients remotely so that you can live where you want and how you want. So basically, I'm going to split this into 3 different methods. And this is just really the story of how I've got to the point now where I have more work coming in that I'm able to actually do. And the way that I've resolved that is by increasing my prices to quell the demand. And this is really a point that I think designers want to strive for. But to get there, it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of building of momentum. So I'm going to show you the 3 methods in this video for the 3 different phases of running your own business. We're going to start for beginners. These are people who have just started out their business. They have no contacts, no previous clients, and it's a great way to get your name out there. The second phase is for the intermediate people who have maybe been running their business for a year or 2. And then the final phase is going to be for the kind of top tier designers. This is when you've been running your business for a while, you're super confident, you have all the skills in place, and you're really kind of in the top percentile in terms of your ability to provide value. So let's jump into method number 1 for beginners. This is what I did at the beginning of my business to get my name out there, and it's basically to send Loom critique videos to potential clients. So let's go through how I did it. The first stage is to find what is the kind of industry you want to work for and what do you want to specialize in. For me at the time, that was software businesses because I had a natural interest in it and it was a growing industry. So I would go into Google Maps, go to somewhere like London, zoom in on an area, let's just say Hackney, for example, and just simply type in digital software agency or just digital agency and see what came up. And I would click through and find websites that looked like they could do with some work. And I would then fire up Loom and send them a video that critiques their website. And doing this basically is a great way to, first of all, provide a huge amount of value to your potential client and demonstrate that you actually know what you're talking about and what you can do. So it's a great way to get your foot in the door. So let me take you through now what kind of things I would say in that Loom video to really capture their attention and get to the point quickly. You want to think of the Loom video as 3 phases. The first phase is really just to simply tell them who you are and what you do. The second phase is the critique, and the final phase is the call to action. So here's what I would say for the first phase. I'll probably say, hi, I'm Charlie Osborne. I'm a web designer that specializes in digital agencies like yours. I help agencies design websites that convey credibility and by extension generate more sales. I came across your site and can see some opportunities to make some improvements. So I'm going to give you some thoughts about that in this video. So that's a really quick, concise way just to say what you're up to, what you do, what you're about. Then for phase 2 is the critique. So this is where you're going to jump into their website and start to talk through ways that they could make improvements. But one thing you want to make sure you do is that you don't just jump straight into the negative feedback, but rather say a compliment about their website, the design, their philosophy, their process, something nice about what you've discovered just from looking through their site. That way it doesn't feel like they're just getting bombarded with negative information about their site. Following that, I'll get into the actionable feedback. I actually discovered that with every site I looked at, there were the same kind of issues that would come up. And I almost got to the point where there was a formula for the kind of things that I would mention. So here are the kind of things that I would usually look out for when looking at their site and critiquing it. Is the design aesthetic dated? Does it need an update? Is there a clear hierarchy of information on the page, or is it just a big jumble of information? Is there a clear call to action on the page? Could the messaging be improved to be more benefit driven rather than just talking about features? Does the website pass the 5-second test? Do I know what they do from a quick first impression? Does the brand feel appropriate, and does it evoke the right gut feeling for the industry that they're in? Is the user experience easy to use and straightforward, or is it convoluted and not really helping people get to the final goal of what the website is actually designed for? And I'd also look for proof of credibility on the site, things such as testimonials or reviews or qualifications. These kind of things that are kind of scattered throughout the website can really bolster the credibility of the site and improve things like sales and loyalty. I'd finish off the critique with just a few positive words about their business once again. And then the final 3rd phase is just to simply close off by saying, if you'd like to have a free conversation at some point, I can get something booked in the diary. So just let me know when you're free and we can talk through how I can help you in the future. Once you've completed the Loom video, just get the link and send it to them via email, LinkedIn, Instagram. You're providing them with a huge amount of value. So I don't think it's a bad thing to basically get it to them in any way you can to make sure it gets seen. If you aim to send 5 of these a day for 5 days a week for a month or two, you're going to find so much work, so much is going to end up coming back. But it is a numbers game. So just get into the flow of doing it, enjoy doing it, and just see it as an opportunity to learn how to critique someone's website, how to communicate, and actually how to speak to the camera. All of these things are great skills to learn, and you can do all of it just by sending these Loom critique videos. Now let's jump into method number 2, which is really for people who are in the later phase of their business. So once you've got that momentum started and the Loom videos have been working, maybe you've got a few more clients under your belt, this is where you want to start to push your referrals and actually start to build out your network based on the people that you've worked with in the past. The great thing about this phase is that you have more confidence, you have more examples of your work that you can show to new clients, and your existing client base can be used to find new business. So the best way to do this, really quite simply, is to just ask. For me, I like to wait until the end of the project. I would send an email just asking for some feedback about how they found the experience. And as part of that, I would ask for 3 referrals. Now, some people like to actually include in their terms and conditions that there needs to be 3 referrals at the end. If that's something you feel comfortable with, that's another way of doing it. The key here is to be proactive and ask. Sometimes they will refer you to other clients without you even asking, but it's really good to always just put that question out there because sometimes it can lead to amazing opportunities. So for example, for me, I asked one of my first clients for referrals, and the referral I got from that one question, I still work with to this day. It's probably actually one of my best clients. Seeing my business grow from referrals really happened for me around the 2 to 3 year mark of my business. I still needed another avenue to bring in work. So this is where I went in search of an online platform that would actually do that for me. And what I ended up discovering is the third method, which is Toptal. If you don't know already, Toptal is basically an online platform for finding work. And there's a super rigorous interview process for getting onto their platform where only about 3% of people get through. But once you are through, you basically get access to this amazing pool of clients that are high paying and high quality. So it can be a real game changer. And so this is what I did about 3 years ago. And the effect it had on me and my mindset was pretty huge. I found that having not only the clients from my referrals and my own network, but also the clients from Toptal combined to make so much work come through that it really gave me that abundance mindset. I felt my confidence grow so much in that period that it really affected my relationship with my clients, not just on the platform, but with my previous clients as well, meaning that I could actually raise my prices based on what I felt the value of my work really was. As I say, getting onto this platform is no easy feat, but once you do get through, it is a bit of a game changer. So that was a huge one for me. If you are interested to check out Toptal, then I have actually left a link in the description, so feel free to check that out if that's of interest. And so that's it. Those are the 3 main ways that I have found clients in my business over the years. But there are so many more ways to do it. And there's actually a great video that Rand did make a couple years ago that I highly recommend you watch because he really lays down all of the different options and kind of gives you a menu to choose from as to which way is best for you. So if you want to check that out, there's a card in the corner for that. Finally, what I'd say is that this video is really about the tactics for finding work and getting yourself in front of clients. But that's really just the beginning of the story, right? The next stage is to actually have that conversation with them. What is the first call going to be like? And how do you exude credibility through your other touch points, like your website or your email template or the way you're even communicating to them? All these things are super important for actually closing the business once you've got in front of them. If you have any questions about that, definitely let me know in the comments and we'll get back to you with a video about that as soon as we can. Anyway, hope that's been helpful and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.